Taoiseach, you're the Minister for Defence, and the programme for government commits the government to the improvement of the welfare of our military. Today, 119 members of the 57th Infantry Group, who are due to arrive home in Dublin today, are stuck in Syria. People who've worked on the Golan Heights for the last 6 months, and their own tales to tell about the equipment and so on that they have there. But these are people who are due home today to their families, many of whom have actually bought and paid for holidays. And they're now told, because of an administrative error in paperwork, which didn't allow them to transit Lebanon, that they're going to be stuck in Syria for another 2 weeks. The Department of Defence are blaming the Army are blaming the Department of Defence. But how could it be, when this deployment beginning and end was known, that the proper paperwork couldn't be done to ensure that these people who have served the state so well couldn't be brought home to their families in time?
Taoiseach.
Yes, I understand this is a very unfortunate situation, and I extend my apologies to those members of the Defence Forces who have been affected. They will now rotate, they will now come home, it seems on the 16th of October, so it will be a 2-week extension to the deployment. And the Defence Forces are providing a €1,000 ex gratia gratuity to each member affected in order to defray any costs that may arise, and also annual leave will be changed to allow people to take their holidays or their leave at a different point. Every effort is being made across the Defence Organisation, the Department of Foreign Affairs and their embassy in Cairo to resolve this issue. And Minister Keogh has been in direct contact with their Honorary Consul in Beirut, George Siam. It happened because military flights require specific diplomatic clearance from all countries through which airspace they fly. And these clearances require prior notification and are time limited and must all be aligned to allow the flight to proceed. In the case of UNDOF, additional clearances for the transit of military forces through Lebanon and Syria and to cross the Syrian border are also required. This involves multiple countries, some with unstable administrations, with which both the Department of Defence and the Department of Foreign Affairs have successfully coordinated over many missions. Following receipt of all the required diplomatic clearances for the flight to rotate the Defence Forces contingent in UNDOF on Tuesday the 2nd of October, an issue arose unexpectedly in relation to the clearances on Monday morning. As soon as it was known, the personnel and their families were contacted and advised of the issue and the extension of the rotation. I can provide the Deputy with a more detailed explanation in writing.
Michael Collins.